Look at the little structure over there too. Look, here's freaking tracks, man.
This video comes from the Cali Bigfoot's team, who returned to a remote forest location they've been exploring for over 16 years. According to them, the area is known as a hotbed of unexplained phenomena, including Bigfoot sightings, strange noises, and even incidents of lost time. During the day, the team begins by surveying the site, pointing out unusual signs such as flattened areas, oddly positioned trees, and bent branches that seem to have been intentionally manipulated. One particular spot stands out, cleared in a way that looks unnatural, as if cut with a machete, or prepared by someone for a specific purpose.
I'm gonna leave this right here. Good. Look at, hey.
Dude, it's so flat. I don't know if it was this flat the last time.
Why is it all like somebody cut it? Yeah, somebody came in and cut it. Clear. So every time we come up here, we have the microphones on and we have earphones throughout the night, and we always hear something messing around the campsite with the dishes, moving stuff on the tables. We look outside to the windows, we don't see anything. We usually have the flare pointed outward, but you know what? Let's have it pointed toward the campsite this time and see if maybe if we start hearing it, we could see whatever it is. Being that it's heat sensitive, I mean, if it's so I got a ghillie suit here, and I am going to camouflage the tripod as much as I can. And later on tonight, I'll come out and adjust it a little bit more, but there we go.
They also come across a dense arrangement of branches and foliage that appears to resemble a possible shelter or resting area. Adding to the mystery, they discover a length of braided string tied between two trees, a strange and unexplained man-made element in an otherwise untouched natural environment. Later, they search the surrounding woods for footprints and other indications of activity.
Let's go that way. That.
Pretty deep.
Oh man, those are huge.
What do you think?
That's what I was looking at back there.
Looks like a footprint to me. Going up or going down?
There's another deep one over there.
Looks down.
You kind of notice the pattern going down.
Yep, sure do. Yeah, exactly. No reason for that.
What do you think? Is that a foot?
Yeah.
Right there? The toes?
Heel. The toes up here.
Oh yeah. Heel, toes right there?
Yep.
Shit. It looks like one. Looks like toes at the top.
Yes, I sure see that. Hey, kid having fun. Fun time climbing that up. Whoa!
That's a hole there.
A few markings on the ground appear to resemble large bipedal footprints. In response, the team leaves out some fruit as a peace offering and positions a thermally sensitive camera, carefully concealed with a ghillie suit, in hopes of capturing any nocturnal visitors. As darkness sets in, the situation begins to intensify.
Oh.
Try to look for eye shine. That'll work too. That'll work too. I'll go turn mine off.
Can't see where I'm walking, so I gotta. It looks like logs. Frogs are loud.
Hey, Christian,
Yeah.
you might need to throw another piece of bark down there to shut the frogs up again. I told Christian he needs to throw another stick at the frogs.
That's what we did last time, huh?
Yep.
Shit.
The team records a series of faint, yet distinct footsteps circling their campsite. The movements are slow and intentional, clearly an effort to stay quiet, but still captured by their sensitive audio gear. These sounds continue until well past 4:30 a.m., with one team member noting that birds had already begun singing before the footsteps finally ceased. One particularly unsettling moment occurs at 7:17 a.m., when the entire forest falls unnaturally silent, something the team has observed in past encounters. Although no creature is visually confirmed, the consistency and calculated nature of the sounds suggests some form of intelligence, possibly indicating that they were being observed by something deliberately staying out of sight. They also notice a flattened area of ground near their gear, as if something had sat or lain there overnight. There are no signs of damage or aggression, but the close proximity and prolonged audio presence significantly heighten the tension. While the first night passed uneventfully, the second night left a deep impression. The team is convinced that something bipedal was present, quietly circling them for hours. Whether it was Bigfoot or another unknown entity remains uncertain, but they firmly believe they were being watched and studied. There may be no direct footage of a creature, but the combination of audio evidence, physical impressions, and the team's deep familiarity with the area makes this one of their most compelling experiences to date. Personally, I think that even if it wasn't Bigfoot, something was definitely out there that night, moving deliberately and trying not to be seen. But as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. The following segment is from the YouTube channel Dee's Dark Adventures, where Dee investigates mysterious and rumored locations in hopes of revealing the truth behind eerie events and capturing evidence of the unknown on video. In this particular video, Dee recounts a chilling encounter she experienced while walking her dogs in the woods near her vacation bungalow in Ohio. Although she had no intention of filming during her holiday, the unsettling nature of her experience compelled her to document it. On June 29th, 2024, while enjoying her vacation and the pleasant weather, Dee decided to embark on a short adventure with her two dogs. However, as she ventured further into the forest, her dogs began to behave unusually, sensing something out of the ordinary.
Mara, calm yourself. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. Come here. My dogs won't harm you. They're just really excited. Stay close. Hi, I just heard a footstep. Maybe a branch fell or something, I don't know. Hello.
Unsure of what was affecting her dogs, Dee called out to them, but received no reply. Trying to dismiss her growing unease, she pressed on, remaining vigilant of her surroundings. With each step, her discomfort intensified, amplified by her dog's heightened alertness and agitation. Dee sensed that something was amiss, but couldn't identify what it was.
Can't get it back on. Don't you do it. What you got? No. Leave it. I said leave it. Come here. Samara. Samara. Come. Here. Good girl. Good job. Let's get a treat. Good. You did good job. You did good job. Here, let me get you one. I don't see a deer over there or anything. What'd you see, huh? You can't go chasing after them, okay? See, I'm about to come onto the trail here. I heard a knock. Maybe it's the knock. Get off me. Maybe it's the knocks. No, it's coming from in there. And her real name is Samara. She just goes by Mar. That was a tree knock. That was a tree knock, guys. I'm gonna shut up. Samara?
No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't shake the overwhelming feeling of being watched. Strange sounds, such as rustling leaves and distant twigs snapping, emerged from the woods, exacerbating her anxiety. After a moment's hesitation, she considered turning back, but ultimately chose to continue, hoping her feelings were merely a product of her imagination. However, as she proceeded, the eerie sounds persisted, growing louder and more distinct, indicating that something unusual was happening in the area.
Oh, see? Mara. Do you not like my toy? Girls, stay close. Mia, I don't know where you're going. You never go that far. Stay close. Hello? My dogs won't harm you. There was the rock clacking. Clack, 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 clack. I'm gonna find my way to the trail. I'm getting out. Come on, girls, stay close to me. Come on. Good girl. Good girls. Someone's walking right there. Woo.
As she made her way back toward the trail for safety, Dee still felt an unsettling presence, hearing strange noises and catching glimpses of shadowy movements just out of sight. Her discomfort escalated, and the quiet rustling in the trees heightened her anxiety. Feeling increasingly convinced that something was wrong, Dee finally decided to return to the exit. However, on her way back, she noticed something alarming.
I'm on my domain now, so if anything, they're going to come close to me and watch me, but other than that, they won't come on it. Not during the day, anyway. It's rules of the forest. Why is this thing always... Ugh. There we go. I can't get to zoom in any more than that, dang it. I see eyes. This is silver. Come. Mia, leave that alone. She smells the people over there. There's a... Mom, you got your water puddle, honey. Right there. I don't know if you can see that little... plot, but it goes in there. There's a pond there. And then, oh, we got a stork. Girls, come. No, Samara, leave the bird alone. She's a water dog. Come on. Whenever I'd ever cross there, I would be looking at this direction from straight on there, where I get a lot of my footprints. Oh, you guys are kicking up some stank. Oh, God, you got to get in my truck.
Dee claimed that she saw a figure standing among the trees when reviewing her footage. But were these truly strange creatures, or merely an optical illusion? Unaware of what she had captured on camera, she cautiously made her way back to her car, ultimately exiting the forest safely. After uploading the video to her YouTube channel, viewers began to speculate about what she had experienced during her walk. Some believed it was a figment of her imagination, while others theorized it could have been a creature like Bigfoot, or something resembling Chewbacca lurking behind the thick foliage. The mystery remains unresolved, leaving us all to ponder what really lurked in those woods. Now let's move on to the next chilling mystery that has been captured on camera. On February 27th, 2025, Exploring with Bear uploaded a video documenting what he describes as his most terrifying night camping alone. The location, ominously known as Shadow Figure Forest, has a reputation for eerie sounds, strange sightings, and even reported Bigfoot activity. Bear's objective was to explore the area, investigate the massive structures scattered throughout the woods, and spend the night alone to see what unfolds after dark. However, as the night progresses, the experience turns out to be far more horrifying than he ever anticipated. As Bear begins his exploration, he immediately notices the unsettling atmosphere around him. The sun is setting quickly, casting long shadows over the dense forest. Along his path, he comes across peculiar tree formations, twisted branches and massive structures resembling nests.
Right back there, first nest. This thing's insane. Look at how I just noticed that bark too. How it's worn, like right there. So imagine he's walking by, hits this. First, let me show you the circle that we're standing in right now. So you see it starts, so you got your nest, comes out down here, wraps around. So this whole place is like a little, I don't know, it's weird. It's like circled out right here. And then you get in there and there's the nest.
Venturing deeper into the woods, an overwhelming sense of unease washes over him, a creeping sensation that he is being watched. Just before darkness completely takes over, he spots movement. A shadowy figure darts behind a tree, just beyond the reach of his flashlight. Though he can't make out any details, the sight alone is enough to send a chill down his spine. Then, the night takes an even more chilling turn. While scanning his surroundings, a faint whistle echoes through the trees.
Is that a whistle? snapped off. Look at the little structure over there too. And then look, this whole thing's circled. Something moved back here though. I seen two things move.
Bear has heard similar sounds in the woods before, but this one is different. It feels intentional, almost like a response to his presence. The sound is subtle yet distinct, as if something, or someone, is trying to communicate. As the darkness thickens and mist settles over the area, his flashlight struggles to pierce through the eerie haze. Deciding to test the forest's reaction, he performs a wood knock, a technique commonly used by Bigfoot researchers to provoke a response. Almost immediately, a guttural growl rumbles from the distance. The sound is deep, primal, and completely unlike anything he has ever encountered. His chest tightens as the reality of being alone in this environment begins to sink in. As the night deepens, Bear remains at his campsite, waiting to see if any further activity occurs. Later, viewers reviewing the footage point out a chilling detail. At the 7:30 timestamp, a dark humanoid figure can be seen moving from left to right in the reflection of the water. At the time, Bear doesn't notice it, but when he reviews the footage, the realization sends shivers down his spine. Had he noticed it in real time, he might have abandoned the location immediately. Another eerie discovery is made around the 15:54 timestamp. In the background of the footage, something appears to be swinging from a tree. The motion is subtle yet unnatural, as if an unseen force is causing it to sway. The thought that something, or someone, could have been watching him from above makes the situation even more disturbing. After spending hours listening to strange sounds and witnessing unexplainable phenomena, Bear reaches his breaking point. He decides to pack up and leave. However, as he begins his journey out of the forest, the unsettling sensation of being followed intensifies. Every few steps, he hears the crunching of leaves behind him, as if something is pacing him in the darkness. Then, a loud snap echoes through the trees.
Ooh. What the heck was that? That was coming right up behind me. Oh. It's time to leave. All right, guys, I'm going to cut the camera and get out of here.
His survival instincts kick in. He quickens his pace, all while keeping his camera rolling to capture the final moments of his terrifying night. Just before reaching his vehicle, he hears another growl, this time much closer. Without hesitation, he jumps into his truck and speeds away, leaving the forest and its mysteries behind. Between the unexplained whistles, shadowy figures, eerie reflections, and the unnerving feeling of being watched, there is no doubt this was the scariest night Bear has ever spent camping alone. This video is sourced from the YouTube channel Paranormal Discovery, uploaded on March 7th, 2025. The creator, Lar, is recognized for his enthusiasm for urban exploration and paranormal investigations, often seeking the eeriest locations for his content. In this particular video, he embarks on a solo camping trip deep into a secluded woodland area rumored to be haunted, linked to sightings of cryptids like Bigfoot and the notorious Dogman. Lar had been attempting to access this specific stretch of wilderness for months, and finally located an entrance just days before filming. His objective was to camp deep in the forest, document his experience, and test his courage by remaining until 3 a.m., a time often associated with heightened paranormal activity. As he ventures in, he comments on the eerie atmosphere, describing the forest as ancient, untouched, and unsettlingly quiet.
Now I'm hoping we can actually find a proper camp area that's flat enough to actually set up the tent. So, we'll see. Good girl. It's kind of odd because a little bit's ice and then a little bit's kind of like that. Yeah, it's weird. It's converting into spring weather right now. So we have an odd mixture of both, kind of ice and ground. Like extremely terrifying. I'm personally scared right now. Like the way the trees look. What is that sound? That was weird. It's like a rumble. Yeah. Yeah.
As night descends, the tension in the video becomes intense. Initially, nothing out of the ordinary occurs, but soon strange noises begin to resonate in the distance. It starts with faint rustling, but quickly escalates to a deep guttural howl that pierces the stillness, sending chills down his spine. His anxiety grows when his dog suddenly becomes alert, sniffing the air and gazing into the darkness as if sensing something unseen.
I should mention that this isn't gonna be like an intense one again. I mean, it could be. It really could end up very, very intense. The thing is, I'm not really gonna be going into night vision or any other camera but our adventure camera here. I do have the shotgun mic attached. This should catch sounds in the distance. So I'm gonna head out here. All I have is just 11,000 plus acres, which I'm obviously not gonna go through in one night. I think there's some coyotes here. Something's telling me not to do this. Something's really telling me not to do this.
Lar follows cautiously, feeling an escalating sense of dread as he hears branches snapping and something large moving nearby. At one point, he attempts to reach out, calling to whatever may be hiding in the shadows, but his voice is only met with more rustling and distant, unidentifiable sounds. Despite his experience in the paranormal field, this situation feels different. The noises seem too deliberate and calculated, as if something intelligent is tracking him, rather than the random movements of wildlife. He shines his flashlight into the trees, scanning the dense underbrush, but nothing comes into view. The oppressive darkness and the unsettling knowledge that something unseen is watching him heighten the tension of the moment.
Anyone out here?
I'm nasty.
You're nasty. Who are you? Man, being in a swamp in this weather is like a bad mix. It's just a horrible, horrible mix.
Run now.
What?
Then, a terrifying event unfolds. Something stirs just outside his tent, and the sound of leaves crunching and twigs snapping signals that whatever it is has moved in much closer. His breathing grows heavier as he strains to discern whether it's an animal, a person, or something even more sinister. The fear in his voice is palpable as he struggles to remain calm, whispering that he feels trapped inside the tent, unable to see what is lurking just beyond the fabric. Minutes tick by, but the presence outside shows no signs of leaving. Suddenly, a jarring thud reverberates through the ground nearby, as if something large has stepped closer. His flashlight illuminates nothing, yet the intensity of the moment convinces him that whatever is out there is watching and waiting.
Holy shit, holy.
That stick's breaking.
Finally, Lar decides it's time to pack up and leave, unable to shake the sense that he has overstayed his welcome. The eerie howls, the movement surrounding his tent, and his dog's strange behavior all contribute to an experience he cannot explain. Was it a known predator, a human intruder, or something more mysterious? Perhaps even the legendary dogman that countless others claim to have encountered in remote wilderness areas. As he makes his way out of the woods, the oppressive feeling lingers, even when he reaches his vehicle. The paranoia remains. For Lar, this trip was meant to be just another investigation, another thrilling adventure. Instead, it turned into an encounter with the unknown, something that even an experienced explorer like him began to question if he had ventured too far. While there may not be much video evidence to support his claims, many believe that Lar truly captured something paranormal that night. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. The Hug It Project is a YouTube channel that showcases outdoor adventures, hiking excursions, and solo camping experiences. In a video released on October 22nd, 2023, the host embarks on a pre-dawn journey to explore a clearing located 3 miles from the trailhead. Anticipating a peaceful morning hike, he is instead confronted with something that deeply unsettles him, a potential encounter with Bigfoot. The video opens with him navigating through a thick forest, using trekking poles and a camera rig to document his experience. The air is cool and crisp, and aside from the sound of leaves crunching underfoot, the forest feels unnervingly quiet. As he progresses along the trail, he picks up on a peculiar scent, a musky, animal-like odor that permeates the air. He speculates that he might be trailing behind wild horses or another large creature, as the scent remains persistent throughout his hike. About a mile in, the path diverges into 2 directions, one leading to a small bridge and the other veering deeper into the woods. He pauses to check his map, confirming that the clearing he aims to reach is located near the bridge. As he continues, the silence of the woods becomes increasingly disconcerting. There are no birds singing, no leaves rustling, only the echo of his footsteps resonating through the trees. Suddenly, he hears something. Initially faint, it's merely a subtle rustling in the bushes. He halts, scanning the tree line but spotting nothing unusual. Continuing on, he realizes the noise is trailing him. The unmistakable sounds of twigs snapping and leaves shifting grow more pronounced. Something, or someone, is lurking nearby. As he approaches the clearing, the sounds intensify and become more distinct. He stops abruptly, camera rolling, attempting to pinpoint the source of the noise. Then, in the distance, he catches sight of a dark figure moving through the trees. First, he thinks it must be another person. However, something about the way it moves feels off. It's significantly larger than an average human and seems to glide effortlessly between the trees, covering ground far too rapidly for a typical hiker. Its arms are elongated, its shoulders broad, and its movements unnaturally fluid. He attempts to get a clearer view, but the figure vanishes into the woods in an instant. With his heart racing, he starts to doubt what he witnessed. Could it have been a black bear, or merely a trick of the light? He wonders if someone might be living in the woods, perhaps a homeless individual or another camper. But as he reconsiders the moment, one thing becomes evident. Whatever he encountered was walking upright. Determined to explore further, he cautiously makes his way toward the spot where the figure had been. The dense underbrush complicates his path, and the musky scent returns, even more potent this time, hanging in the air like a heavy cloud. As he ventures deeper into the trees, his unease intensifies. The forest feels altered, as if he has stepped into a realm where he is not welcome. Then he hears it again.
Okay guys, here you go, more bear scat. This has been a real peaceful hike. Other than when you stop and get attacked by the gnats and mosquitoes. I mean, that always happens though. Has to be expected.
A deep, guttural sound, reminiscent of a growl, reverberates through the trees. He listens closely, eager to capture it on camera. Yet again, there's nothing to show for it. The sensation of being watched intensifies, and the air feels heavy with tension. urging him to escape. Slowly, he retreats, heading back toward the path he initially took. He pauses to catch his breath and glances back at the forest. Whatever had been there has vanished. Feeling rattled, he collects himself and resumes his hike back to the trailhead. Throughout his journey, he can't shake the encounter from his mind. He had set out that morning expecting a tranquil hike, but instead, he experienced something that defied explanation. After reviewing his footage later, he confirms what he already suspected. He witnessed something genuine. The shape, the movements, the immense size of the figure. It wasn't merely an animal. Could it have been Bigfoot? While skeptics might brush it off as a bear, a shadow, or an overactive imagination, he knows what he observed. The broad shoulders, the long arms, and the smooth yet deliberate way it moved. All indications of something not yet recognized by science. Was this just another addition to the growing list of sightings? Or was it something entirely different? One thing is for sure, he won't be hiking that trail alone again anytime soon. And with that, I'll take my leave. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts, including any criticisms. Meet Bear, a man whose love for the wilderness drives him deep into nature's most enigmatic corners. Through his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear, he shares his passion for adventure and the unknown. Tonight, he's venturing into the heart of a forest where viewers have reported sightings of the elusive cryptid Bigfoot. It's January 2nd, 2025, and Bear arrives in the woods late in the evening as temperatures plummet, making his way to a remote campsite far from civilization. Unbeknownst to him, the forest harbors secrets he is about to discover.
All right, let's get this fire going.
Despite the biting cold, Bear is determined to set up camp. He quickly lights a fire, the crackling flames providing a small comfort against the encroaching chill. He knows that the night could hold more than just a peaceful evening under the stars. As the fire warms him, Bear hears a sound that pierces the silence. A knock, reminiscent of wood snapping. He dismisses it as a fallen branch, but the atmosphere feels different tonight, sending chills down his spine. Before exploring, Bear sets up a camera near his camp with a single apple as bait, hoping to capture something extraordinary while he's away.
Oh, it's cold. All right. So we'll let that sit there for a bit.
With the camera rolling and the apple in place, Bear embarks on his trek, eager to find evidence of the cryptid that has captivated his audience. As he ventures into the woods, the air shifts. The trees seem to whisper, and an unsettling stillness envelops the night.
That sounded like a gate or something, like a metal gate, but there is no metal gate back here that I know of. Oh, I got the shivers. I got the shivers. Oh. Last time there was some Bigfoot in my boy eyes right back there. I didn't even see him when I was out.
Suddenly, a distinct sound pierces the darkness, a metallic creak, like a gate swinging open, followed by a series of heavy knocks in the distance. Bear pauses, his heart racing with a mix of fear and excitement, unaware that his camera is capturing something alarming. An eerie growl, low and guttural, reverberates through the woods, but Bear remains oblivious. continuing his search for clues, not realizing the terrifying evidence he has already recorded.
What is this? This is footprints. It goes down. Look at all the leaves messed up there. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's scaring me. That's scaring me.
His exploration leads him to a strange trail of fresh, massive footprints that seem to vanish into the darkness. Despite the unease growing within him, Bear is driven to see where they lead.
Man, my hands feel like they're gonna freaking fall off. All this is slippery. Oh man. Oh man, I just went down. Oh, freaking muddy. There's more tracks. There's more tracks. Man, I'm really freaking cold. I got wet, my legs wet after falling in that thing. Look, here's freaking tracks, man. More tracks, where are they going? And that's some weird symbol there. I don't know, man. That's a little insane, fam. Considering what all has happened here.
The footprints guide him to a frozen lake, where more prints mar the surface. A chill of fear washes over him, and Bear decides it's time to retreat. He realizes he's deep in the woods, and whatever made those prints could still be nearby. Racing back to camp, his mind is filled with questions. As he returns, he anxiously checks to see if the apple remains in front of the camera, wondering what might have transpired in his absence.
Apple's still there. Bigfoot, my boy, did not come get the apple yet. That's alright. That's alright. Alright, we gotta get back to the truck. I'm freaking scared.
Finally back at his truck, the biting cold prompts him to seek warmth. With the wind howling outside, he crawls into his sleeping bag, hoping for rest. Before drifting off, he leaves one last camera rolling, just in case something occurs while he sleeps. Eventually, Bear succumbs to sleep, the cold wilderness pressing in around him. However, upon reviewing the footage the next morning, he discovers the camera captured something startling. A loud bang reverberated through the stillness. Something struck Bear's truck. Yet, as he slept soundly, he will never know what caused the noise in the night. The sun rises, bringing the usual calm of the forest, with birds chirping and the world feeling safe once more. Bear leaves the forest behind, but the mysteries of the previous night linger in his mind. As we ponder this unsolved enigma, let's move on to our next clip, where another encounter presents a spine-chilling twist.